Hey guys, hope you're having an amazing day. In today's analysis, we're going to be taking a look at gold, US oil, and Bitcoin. Today, we're going to spend more time on Bitcoin because there are a lot of interesting things happening right now. So, before then, let's take a look at gold and see what we have here. So, on our chart, you can see the chart of XAU-USD. And before I go on, if it's the first time you're joining us, finding it very helpful, please like, share, and subscribe. Also, if you want to learn how to trade like professional Forex trader and you like what we do here at NFX Hub, then subscribe to our membership platform on nfxhub.com and join our Discord community. All links are going to be in the description below, so don't miss out, guys. All right, guys. So on our screen, we can see a chart of XAU-USD, and I actually did categorize this chart following the psychology of the market cycle, which is a Wall Street cheat sheet. And this cheat sheet is mainly used to track the psychology of the market movement of every bull or bear cycles. So this year, or from last year rather, we were experiencing a massive bullish rally from gold after breaking, the long-term ascending triangle, followed up by this bullish move which we had from probably I think around October 2023 that lasted up to October 2025, and this is what I believe is the end of the bull market for gold, and it's quite evident on the charts. I mean, if you look at this chart properly, I don't think you need a naysayer to tell you that this is a bull market, right? It's so obvious. You can see the full cycle of the market. We'll get the period of hope when we finally broke out from this long consolidation from 2020 up to 2023, and it was a short rally which we expected. Okay, maybe it's gonna go back down, and then we started to believe that it's time to for the rally, and then we entered into optimism up where every trader could just long gold and you make a lot of profit. You didn't need to even know too much about price action analysis. You make a lot of profit from gold trade just by taking a buy. And then it got to the point of belief where everyone expected that, it's market's going to keep going up, and everyone was just longing gold. Everyone was buying gold, and of course, the talks about gold going to $5,000 was all over the place, and we saw a lot of analysts, saying, yeah, the sovereigns are buying, central banks are buying, nations are buying, everyone was buying, retail were buying, so, and somewhere around this point, we'll go to 2,700. Initially, I thought this was going to be the end. I wasn't expecting to see that euphoric price movement, but of course, it's typical of the market cycle dynamic. So at this point, we're expecting earnings to be the end, and then the US shutdown kick off, and the US shutdown propelled the euphoric movements because it's a risk haven, it's a safe haven asset. So whenever there's high risk, go to trade in those kind of situations. So we saw price hits the all-time high of 4,390 thereabouts, and that was ridiculously very high. And this was like a euphoric moment in few days, I think about 1 week or so. So, guys, this is the bull market for gold, and I think right now we are approaching the complacency state. If you look at this chart properly, you can see the same thing here. This is euphoria, and it's very identical. Right, it's very identical chart, and it's normal because that's how market works often. So we saw this euphoric movement, and now we are in a state of of complacency, and it's still very early. So we're just within the transition period between euphoria and complacency, and that's what we are seeing right now on the charts. And I believe that this would be in the coming weeks. We should see some more consolidation and further drop down in price. I don't think we're going to see higher prices for gold for now. I strongly doubt that because we had a very strong double top formation at the peak of this channel. So, guys, this is the gold chart, and I'm going to go now to the more detailed analytical chart of gold. So this is where we saw that double top all-time high, which I highlighted here. This is the all-time high. This is the weekly charts, just to show you guys. This is the weekly chart. So going out to the hourly charts. This is the 1 hour charts. So you can see the full workings of the market. And after this double top, we started seeing the consolidation, and that's how we got to where we are right now. I'm expecting to see some new descents, from this recent consolidation we're having here. So I actually zoned these old charts because this is how we move from the beginning, going up towards this all-time high market. So we can see a bigger, this is a bigger support line, a neckline, which is currently being held, and that is the zone 4. So when market breaks down zone 4, it's going to be really, really heavy. We're going to see a lot of heavy drops way back then. I think we're going to get as low as $2,000 or probably $2,200 thereabouts. but at least the least we can get down to is $2,500, which is the support from the ascending triangle breakout. So fingers crossed. Excuse me, still very early, but the price action is telling us that definitely we are going to go way more down. We're going to see lower price for gold. So price has failed to ascend beyond the zone 5, which we're seeing this resistance here holding very strong. And now I really think we're going to see price descend much more lower. And also, there's been an inverse correlation between gold and Bitcoin. Bitcoin is a risk on assets, gold is a risk of assets. So that's something to watch out for. So now we're currently here, and I think most likely this coming week we should see more bearish, more correction on gold, and this is actually forming up, a nice bearish flag, though small. But I'm gonna show you guys something here. We have this, and then we have this. This is a good bearish flag, and the similar formation we had here before we saw that breakout. So this was lower breakout. So I'm actually hoping we get this breakout here. It will be a sweet short formation for us to take on a good trade for that. So guys, that's all for gold. Not so much. It's quite clear. Chart is pretty much straightforward. So next is the US oil. So not much as well that been happening with the US oil. I think there's not been so much interesting news coming up with US oil. Market has been consolidating below the descending channel, and while there's a possibility for lower prices, I strongly doubt that we're going to see anything lower prices than what we have right now, because this is more like a double bottom, but of course not a significant double bottom, but this is a good support level that's held strong, twice tested, twice rejected. The first time we saw the invalidation of the channel, which we saw this, and right now this pattern is very common, and I'm thinking we're going to see price break above here and ascend upwards. This is a very, I've seen this chart on Bitcoin before, and I can really go show you guys right now. I'm going to drop that chat on the Discord community. So you're going to see price drop here. I'm just going to put this here. You see, this is the first time we had a test, and the second time we had a test. So most likely price is going to hit twice, and now we're actually ascending back up. See, this is a strong rejection. It's a I think morning star, I think so, we'll call that in doji, kind of stick formation. So we have that major rejection, and then we have this bullish continuation. So we could see this consolidation here. This is a bullish flag, not a bearish flag, and if we get a breakout above this level, we are going back up into the channel, and that tells us that there's a high possibility for us to see price make higher highs now, because I don't think there's going to be much sale on oil anytime soon. So this is the same thing we had here. We had similar movement here, the rejection, we got this movement, and then price ascended. So we have this here, the consolidation, and I'm expecting more strong ascent in price. So back to the weekly charts, it's much clearer. I'm doing that because there's not so much intraday activities. Oil doesn't move so rapidly, like the Forex market or the gold market, but it moves with a clear trend, and the trend is right now very clear. We just have to find more opportunities to take more long entries, and yeah, same we saw on the daily chat and also on the H4 chat. So guys, that's all for crude oil. Next I'm going to be looking at is Bitcoin. This is the most interesting chart for today. So we're going to look at this chart in different from different perspectives. So the first perspective is the long-term perspective. Now this is what I did. Now here we can see the Bitcoin charts, and we can see the price movements. This is the chart from 2023. Now, a lot of people have been expecting that we're going to see the end of Bitcoin, and there's this, they wish to have this 4-year halving cycle, and which ended around October 27th, the last week of October, completing the 550 days post halving for all-time high. But that's not the case this year, and there's a lot of reasons why that's not the case this year. This year, with the previous cycle, we didn't experience that heavy shutdown at the peak of the market. We didn't experience ETF inflow. We didn't experience the maniac AI tech movement in stocks, which took a lot of attention away from the forex market, from the crypto market down to the stock market. So there's a lot of catching up to do. Bitcoin has not really make its own move, And also, if you look at this chart properly, this is an ascending channel. This is an accumulation zone. This is not euphoric price movement, and that's what I'm going to show you guys in multiple views. Now, look at this chart. If you go back to the gold charts, look at this properly. You can tell, yeah, we had the hope, we had optimism, we had belief, we had thrill, we had euphoria. Complete bull cycle, no doubt, no question. But look at this chart on BTC-USD. This is not looking like a a bull market, and if it doesn't look like a bull market, it's not a bull market. So I strongly believe that we're still between the optimism stage and approaching belief. Belief will happen when we break out from the last all-time high, that's 126K. So the up transitions from here down to here, so you can actually duplicate this, or you can put it here. It's the same thing, So I get down here, just a minute. Okay, yeah. So we got this. So definitely we got this market movement, and it's just a matter of time before we transcend into optimism, and then we scale forward, and we'll get to start seeing that actual bull market. And I'm believing that the bull market is likely going to last till first quarter 2026. I'll tell you guys why. So now we're going to go to the next chart on Bitcoin, still on Bitcoin. So if you guys observe this trend on this channel, we started this bull market from early 2024, and by then the market kicked off faster or earlier because of the ETF. So because of the ETF, we saw price hits or broke above the last all-time high before halving. This was halving April 20th. That was the last halving that we had. And before halving, we've already seen a new all-time high, and that's really changed the entire course of the cycle, right? So when this happened, like everything was happening earlier, and the market did not know how to adjust itself to this new dynamics. So we saw price after halving, we started seeing this consolidation, and the second rally, a consolidation, and the third rally. So now we've not really experienced the actual bull market. What we've been seeing so far is the ETF inflow and the ETF and the institutional purchase of the market. And that's what is actually causing most of this price movement. But retail has not really kicked off the market. Retail has not really had enough to purchase. And most of us, of course, sunk in altcoins and really, really down bad, So the actual bull market, I believe strongly, is going to happen very soon. And secondly, because of the closure of the shutdown of the government, that's affected a lot of liquidity, which caused that last October crash, and that was a very big issue in the market. So if you look at this chart now, take away the fundamentals. Let's not worry so much about fundamentals. I'm going to talk about that later, or I'm going to show you a chart which I already discussed in depth about all of those things. But look at this chart right now. So from having, we have experienced like a 126 days, about 18 weeks. This is also a weekly chart. So of consolidation, and then we experience 1 to 5 days of rally again, and then we experience 1 to 12 days again. So 16 to 18 weeks of consolidation, and then 15 weeks of rally. So now we just concluded the last 16 weeks of consolidation, and by 10th of November, which is tomorrow, I expect the new candle to open, and we will start seeing a new markup phase of a rally, and this is going to kick off the belief era. So now I'm going to take you guys back, stay with me, just take you guys back to our last chat. This is the belief era, and this is going to happen with the next candle forming up on the weekly chart, and this is also the weekly chart, right? So this next candle is going to trigger this belief, and we should see price break above this all-time high and ascend, and we are not even close to the trail, right? Which I believe is going to happen by December if we're going to get like a 2017 style, or by January 2026. So going back to this chart again, now if this kicks off, we're having minimum of about 105 days of rally, and this is enough for Bitcoin to make a euphoric high. Bitcoin is way more volatile than gold, and that's why Bitcoin can do what gold can do in 3 months, Bitcoin can do it in a month, right? So if you go back to the gold chart, this entire movement from the belief December 2024 last year to let me see how many days was that. From here we experienced that to here. That was about, okay, so come on, give me, yeah, that was about 40 days, right? Because this is gold. And the entire cost of this happened in almost 300 days. That's almost 1 year, right? So for Bitcoin, this can happen in a month or 2 months. And it has happened multiple times before, and that's why I'm saying that it's possible with Bitcoin. So for Bitcoin, I'm expecting that this could either, of course, it could last for 180 days, maybe up to March 2026, or it could actually happen so fast within 100 days. That's what put it in latest February 2026. And I'm going to show you guys something while I'm still on this chat of Bitcoin. Now, look at something that happened here in 2017, right? In 2017, by November 2017, I'm going to switch back now to candlestick charts. So by November 2017, Bitcoin was $5,000. Yeah, this is November 2017, right? Bitcoin was somewhat around $5,800. And by December, this is December, Bitcoin was up, excuse me, 280% to make a new all-time high at about 19.8K. That was the all-time high 2017. So this move happened within 1 month, right? So this is what I'm saying. There's a strong possibility that Bitcoin can make a move of that euphoric move within 1 month or latest 2 months. What gold did in a span of almost 1 year or 8 months. So same thing. If we look back down in 2013, within a span of 1 month, November to December, we saw that 750% rally growth in Bitcoin. It was massive and it was fast. So look at 2021. So we saw price move from 20K. Um, from this November, we had price at 17K, and by February we saw price at 60K. So within 3 months, Bitcoin ran about that's about 100% growth, about 300% growth. So this is the reason why, if this has happened before, I see no reason why it cannot happen again. So I expect to see from now, within the next 3 months, we should see price hits at least maybe 200% growth, and that will put us around 250K per BTC, and a possible euphoric movement towards 300,000 dollars per Bitcoin, plus. So this is very possible because it is Bitcoin and anything can happen. And that's why right now I'd rather be in the market than be on the sideline. And this is the time frame I'm looking at too. February, between now till February 23rd, the last week of February, we should see a massive euphoric highs. This is the typical belief level by December, and then the trail level starts somewhere around here, where we start approaching 230K, 250K, and then you see the euphoria, whatever they're talking about Bitcoin going to $1 million, whatever nonsense they're going to talk about 500K, and that picks us to something around 300K thereabout, and that will give us a complete bull market cycle, a complete bull market cycle. So guys, that's pretty much it for Bitcoin. So on the lower time frame, that's what we have here. So this was the last, this is the bottom. This is why I strongly believe as well that we are going to see that strong reversal. This was this is the bottom we are experiencing right now here, which I believe is the end of this consolidation of the 112 days, which coincides properly and accurately. So this happens with a double bottom formation, and then now today, so this Sunday, 9th of November, we had price break above the neckline. This is the neckline. This is the candlestick. This is the breakout candle, not the conversion candle. So now we are going up, and I believe we're going to break through the bigger support level, and from here we should be looking towards the height of the formation, and the height of the formation is going to take us straight to 112K. And from 112K, the next target is the 116K, which we're going to be working with the 500 retracement levels. That's 50% 500 retracement level on all-time high. And from here, if we break through this level, we are going all the way up to 120K, and that will be massive. That will be amazing, and I'll be so happy about that, because this is what I'm looking forward to. I'm strongly looking forward to this, and these are the target I'm working up, the short-term targets. And I believe greatly we're going to see how this thing play out eventually. All right, guys, that's pretty much about it for Bitcoin analysis, and I'm sure you guys understand everything we said. And I think I touched this already. Yeah, I think I touched it, but I'm just going to highlight it again in case I missed it. So basically, this is the trend that we already showed you guys from the other lower time frames, and this is the path I'm looking is going to happen. The blaster phase scenario one, which I'm going to be looking towards a straight movement from here. We're going to follow through to with this path as well, and you see this is short-term temporary path, and when we get to this point, same thing will happen here. We break out through this level, which is going to spark the ignition. And from here, we're going straight to all-time highs around 120, 180K, 160K range. And from there, that's the end of the belief era. And we could like to see the what's it called, the tree level and the peak euphoria. So all of this is going to extend towards February 2026 or March 2026, as the case might be. So the other alternative, which is very unlikely, be given this kind of formation, would have been a flush towards 90K, but right now that looks very, very unlikely. I don't think see that happening anymore again, which was the second scenario two. We get a manipulation flush towards this zone, and then we ascend. So this is where I'm actually expecting for the odd season, which is everyone is looking forward to. The odd season is going to start after we break off all-time highs and we clear the macro demand zone, because at this point it's going to be FOMO, fear of missing out. Everyone will get back all in on Bitcoin, and that's going to be an amazing time to to be present in the crypto space. All right, guys, that's pretty much it for today's analysis. If anything very helpful, once again, please like, share, and subscribe. Hit the follow button. Join our Discord community so you don't miss out on any updates. And for sure, guys, see you at the top. Have a profitable and a successful trading week. Cheers.